So in the previous video, we have implemented our dashboard for the users. Actually, it's a user dashboard, and here you can see by default, this is the home screen. Then you can see my enroll here. All the enrolled courses are available on this sites, and if you click any of this page, then you will redirect to the specific course details. And here you will have to provide the course lesson details here, but due to the shortage of time, I just ignored that. You have to design this page, and I show how you can just design that page. Okay, then my select page. Right now there is no product selected, that's why the cart is empty. If you select any of this course, then it will be shown here. Then you will have a payment history. The payments that you paid is listed here, and this is the total paid amount, number of length of the payments, and then we will have a apply for an instructor. We have done all of this stuff. Now in this video, actually we'll implement actually the dashboard for the instructor. So if you are an instructor and if you want to publish a course on this website, actually on this site, then you have to apply for a instructor. Then if the admin approved, then you will be a instructor. Then you will have some functionality. Let's explore the dashboard. Here by default your home screen will shown here. It's a very basic thing, so that's why I show a image. You can just design based on your skill. Okay, then you will have a new navigational menu that is actually add classes, my classes, pending, and approved class. If you click add classes here, you will have to enable a new courses. You will have to define the course name. Then you can upload images. For example, I can choose these images. You can choose any of these images. So then you can see the instructor name and the email is by default taken. You don't have access to edit that because you cannot publish course without having your real ID and email. Okay, then here you can define the number of seat available, number of prices. You can just put a YouTube link here. You can write a description for the course, so you can just write the description of the course, and all of this stuff you can do define here. So demo yoga course or something like this. Okay, so here little description shown about course. I am just typing a little bit about course, and then if you hit this add button, then you can see the class is submitted. So when it's okay, then it will be marked submitted successfully, and then you will have a my classes. So right now you can see you will have these courses approved, and you can find this course on the website, but right now the course that I added is pending, so admin must be approved it first to view it on the website. So that's why its status is pending, but this status is approved. Will make all of this functionality. You can just check when the status is approved. If it's approved, then it will be available on the website. You can see the submitted date. So today is the April 24th. So this is the date, and here this is the pricing, total seats, total enrolled students is this. Okay, so we'll just do this type of thing. Then we will have pending classes. If you will have any pending classes, it will be available on this pending classes and approved classes. We'll make this page right now in this video. Okay, so let's back to the home screen, and now at first we'll move to the design, but before that let me go to the home page, and here we will implement the logout functionality. Our logout functionality will be something like this. Let me show you. When you click this logout button, then a pop-up will appear, a sweet alert will appear, and then you will have the two items. If you just make sure it's yes logout, then it will be logout, or if you click cancel, then it will be cancel. So we'll implement this functionality on our page. So right now if I click logout, then it's actually not working. So at first we will have to implement that thing. So let me close everything from here. what we will do, we'll close the front end and then open it, then we'll have to go to src, then components folder, then you can see a header folder. Here you can see a navbar. So right now this is our navbar, and you know how actually we're showing the logout button. Actually here you can see we have defined a basic user. The user is true, that means that's why it's actually showing. If you make it false, then you can see the differences. You cannot see the logout button, it's actually showing login. So if you click here, it's actually redirect to the login page. Again, let me show you. If I make true, then logout button will be uh, there. So we implement the users, so making the basic thing. But here what we will actually do, instead of doing this, we will have to import the users from auth context or the from user context. So let me do that. So we'll define const, and here we'll just get a users from use context tools. We can use context hook, and here we'll have to pass auth context. So that would be auth. So let me just open the auth context first. Where is the auth context? Maybe it's on the utilities auth providers. Okay, here is this file, and now we'll have to define auth context here. Auth context. And what will destructure? We will destructure two things. Let me here, we will have to destructure logout functionality. Here that would be logout, and then we will have the user. So this is actually the user. So if you have these users right now, you can see it's still logout. So now we will have to do, when someone click this logout button, we will have to do something. Let me inspect it, then console. Let me remove all this ignore. Let me refresh it. Right now you can see there is no error. Wait, there is no error actually. Okay, so here when someone click this button, you can see logout is triggered, but nothing happens. So here what you have to do, here you can see where is the logout. Yeah, this is the logout functionality, and it's actually console log printing. So this is actually printing a console log. So here what you have to do, at first when you click, make sure the page is not loading. We'll have to ensure that the page is not loading, and it will capture. Let me just check the logout page. Here is the logout and handle logout. So when this button is clicked, what we have to do, we have to go to switch alert. So switch alert true, and we need a confirmation, so that's why we will click this examples, and then we'll need a confirmation button, something like this. So we'll have to copy all of this stuff. Let me paste it here. Then right now look here, if you now click this button, it's actually refreshing. So click here, it's actually refreshing. We don't make it refresh, so that's why we'll have to capture a event. Then we'll have to apply event dot prevent defaults. So if you make sure that, then this page will not review. Let me refresh it again. Then here let me click. Now swal is not defined, so we'll have to import the swal first. It's actually not importing. Let me import it at the top. Import something from sweet alert. Okay, sweet alert, and it would be so alert, something like this. Let me check it, refresh it. Okay, click here. Undefined, the file is undefined. Maybe let me check it how we can use it. Uses, here we'll have to import this way. Import it. Okay, so if you do this right now, I think everything is okay. Refresh it. Okay, fine. So there is no error. If you click logout, then a pop-up will appear here, and then you will have two options. So when you click delete, then it will be appear confirmed, deleted, and otherwise you will have a cancel button. Okay, so let me make this functionality here. Where is the logout? This is logout, and we'll make it's logged out, and you successfully fully logged out. Okay, let me check it. Click here. Are you sure? Yes. We make the word change here. Yes, logout, logout me. Okay, something like this. Let's click again. So yes, logout me, and cancel button. If you click here, then logged out, successfully logged out. Okay, so that's okay, but here we'll have to call the logout functionality. So that's why when the result is confirmed here, actually we'll have to make a logout. We'll call logout, and then it will have a then block, then and a catch block, catch, catch block, that will be capture an error, and it will be a function. There will have we will call swal dot fire. Then here we'll have a error message, so you can just find the error here. So how you can just see error message. Mm, where is error? Something like, let me check it. If you scroll a little bit, you will find something. Input fields, maybe email. Okay, dismissal, maybe here you will find error, something like this. So where is error? So it's something like this. You will have a message, and that will be something like this. Let me format this. So you will have different error, and that would be catch error. Okay, so then inside this then block, what you will have to do, we'll have a arrow function. Then we'll have parenthesis. Inside this parenthesis, we'll cut this swal, cut this and paste it inside here. Okay, so that's okay. Let me try again here. Refresh it. There is no error right now. Let me log out. Click this button, then log out me. It's logged out successfully, and now you can see login. So if you try to again log in, let me try to log in here. Choose Gmail accounts. So it's login and the image is showing. If you try to log out, it will be logged out. Okay, so let me just console log out. So console out this on. Okay, but now I think this functionality is okay. Then next we'll have to move to the dashboard. Here we'll make a dashboard for the instructor dashboard. So for this, actually what you will have to do, let me at first go to MongoDB, and then we have to manually define a instructor first, because we will just complete the instructor, then we will move to the admin. Okay, so let me log into my accounts. From the MongoDB dashboard, we will go to the browsers collection, and then it's taking a larger time because the internet speed is very slow here. And then you will have a users collection. You will have to go to the users collection. From here we can go to the last one. Here the role is the user role, and for the user role you can see this dashboard. But what if I make this instructor? So that would be, let me check the instructor. So maybe this is actually this text. I'm just copying this text, and we'll have to edit this. Actually that would be instructor. And if I just update it, let me check. I am just updating. So if you make this update, right now we can see the role is instructor. And here if you refresh and go back to the dashboard, so there is not much changes. Why? Actually the changes is not working. Maybe there is some duplicate users. So I have to delete all of these users. Let me try to delete. Okay, but instead of doing this, we can just make a another thing. We can create a new users actually. So for this, let me create a new user, and we'll go to sign up, and here we'll make a new user. For example, instructor one, and here we'll define instructor one at the rate gmail.com. I'm just creating a new users. Here we'll have to define a password. The password will be instructor one, and that would be 12345 6. So that would be the password. Okay, confirm password. Let me define a phone number, a photo URL, and then I'm just choosing mail. Address will be India. Okay, something like this, and register. So it's registered. Now if it's registered, then you can go to dashboard and you can see the same dashboard. But if you check the users here, let me refresh this users collection. Then if you scroll a little bit, then you can find this is instructor on and the role is users. You will have to change this here. You have to make it the role will be instructor or something like this. So let me copy this text, instructor text, and that would be will replace the instructor field here. So if you do this, then if you update this actually, and right now here you can see the menus has changed. Right now you will have a home page, this home page, and right now we don't have the specific design. So that's why default instructor dashboard page is showing. Then you will have to make a add classes route where we'll have add classes something like this. Then you will have my classes, and this is still there is no route for that. We'll have pending classes, and then we will have approved classes. We'll have to make all of these pages. So by default you can see we have a specific route, but it's actually not working, it's actually not showing. So how you can just do that? At first, for the instructor you will have to make some routes. So let me close all of this stuff. We will close these components, and then we'll go to routes. And here after these, actually look, this is a student routes, and we'll make the same routes for the I'm just adding a comment. That would be instructor routes. Okay, I'm just adding a comments. After then we'll have a parenthesis, and here we'll define a path. This path will be something like this. So when you are first uh, have on the dashboard, you will have this path. So we'll copy this path, and then here we'll pass something like this instructor sp, and that means we'll have a elements. So here we'll have to create structure sp, so component something like this component. So for this, actually what we will do, we will go to the pages, then dashboard. Here we'll create a new dashboard that is for structure. Okay, and inside this structure we will have structure cp or something like this, structure cp dot jsx RAFCE React functional components, and we will just define structure cp here. Okay, so right now, then if you refresh, where is the error? Here actually the error, let me define here, it's actually required a comma. Okay, after adding a comma, then you can see structure cp. So this page is something like this. We are just showing a simple banner. You can just show details, but here only a simple banner. We'll keep it as simple as it is, but the design is on you. I don't have any recommendation for this, so let's make a simple div here, and then we'll have a image tag. Here we'll have to pass a image, so that's why let me insert a image. Import the image will be bzimg, something like this. We will just to take the image from the dot slash dot slash, then assets, then we will have dashboard, then we will have Jonoko image. You can use any type of image here, no matters, or you can also add text, something like that. And here we'll make it, the class name will be as full and w fit. Okay, and here we'll define class name that would be as screen. Okay, if you want to add any text here, let me structure to dashboard, and here let me add a comment, so that would be text to excel font bold or something like this. Okay, let me check. This is structure dashboard, and the image is this image. You can make the image, maybe we can make it a little bit. Let me remove the classes. So now the image, oh, it's too big. We can just make it on medium devices. W will be half of the width. Okay, something like this. And we can some padding, so my will be 5. Okay, this is structure dashboard. When you are here, by default it will show the structure dashboard. Then we'll design the add classes. So add classes route is this route. We'll have to copy it and have set up a route. So the route setup is the same as we did it there. We will have a new path. So the path will be something like here. Here this is path, then we will have to paste it, add classes, and then here we will have, sorry, we'll have a element. The element will be add classes. So here inside this structure we'll have a new page, add classes dot jsx rfce. We'll have to import it, add classes, or you can make it add course. Okay, so right now we can see when you are on our home page, you will see this, and when you click this add classes, then this class is showing here. So this page is very important because we will upload a new course here. So that's why it's very important. Okay, So for this, what we will do, we'll design this. Let me close this. At the beginning we need some uh hooks actually. That's why at first we need Axios secure, and that would be use Axios secure hook from the hooks folder. Then we will have to define the user, so that's why the user will come from the use user hook, and we will get current user, and then we also get is loading or something like this. So after this two thing, what we need to define a use state, so that would be images and set image. Okay, it will be a use state hook, so use state, and here by default it will be null. Okay, then what we need actually, we need to create a form. So here let's design it. So here at first we'll have another div. Let me check the design. So the design is something like this. We will have a text at the top. So we'll define a h1 tag, and let me add a text that would be add your course here. Okay, so add your course here. We'll have to apply some CSS that would be text center, text 3xl, and font bold. So this is the styling, and here we can apply some classes that would be my margin top and bottom, that would be a 10 or something like this. Okay, let me check it. Here is add your courses, then we'll make this form. So to make this form, actually what you have to do, we'll have to create a form. So after this div we'll have a form, and we don't need to define actions, but here we need some classes, so that would be mx auto, then we need padding 6, then we need busy white, then rounded, and shadow. Okay, all of these classes is needed. So inside this form, actually what we will do, define a div. Inside this div we will have some classes. The classes will be by default grid, then grid will be calls to, grid calls to, and then we will have w full, and gap will be 3, something like this. And inside this div actually we will have another div, and we'll make sure the class will be mb6. Okay, and here we'll have a level, and this level will be name, and we can make it class name or course name. It's actually course name. Okay, let me check it. So this is course name, so we need to apply some styling, and the styling will be something like this. We'll have a style. Here we'll apply block text grace 700 and font bold, margin bottom 2. Okay, so if you check right now, then you can see the course styling is this. Okay, so something like this. After this course, then we will have a field for the input field. Okay, let's design the input field. So after this level we'll have a input field, and that would be a text type, and we make it required. Then we will have placeholder. Placeholder will be your course name. Okay, then this field will be name, will be name, id. If you want to add id, that would be name. Okay, so then we'll have to apply some classes. These classes will be these classes will be w full. Then we will have px4, py2. Then we'll have border. Then we'll have border secondary. Then we will have rounded md. Focus will be outline null. Then we'll have focus will be ring blue 500 or something like this. So this is the styling. Let me check. So this is course name. You can apply any course name here. So your first course or something like this. Okay, your first course. So you can write this. So after then we'll have to make the thumbnail. So that's why here this is the div. After this div we will have another div, and here I make the styling bigger first. So here we'll copy this, keep it there. After then inside this we can just copy the label here. Let me copy this label, and instead of this course name here, that would be thumbnail, course thumbnail, thumbnail. Okay, and then we'll have a input field. So let me define a input field here. This input field type will be, okay, keep it text now, then we'll make it required, and then we will have a name. This name will be image, and we can change as we are just defining its image. We'll have to change this HTML for that would be image. After then we'll have some CSS. So we'll apply some CSS here. Okay, fine. Let me apply some CSS. So class name will be this type of class. You can just see how it's going. Here it's actually this type of thing, but we need a from. So that's why what we will do, instead of this type we will define that would be file type. Okay, so if you just do this, then right now you can see it's actually file type, and you can upload any file here. So that is as simple as it is. Okay, so if you do this, let me format this code. Okay, the first one this on, the second on this one. But here we'll have to do a little thing here. We can just define one change, and we can just define handle image change, something like this. We'll have to define this function at the top. So let me define const handle change, and here it will be a function something like this. Okay, it will capture a event. Okay, something like this. Okay, so right now it's fine. So this true field is actually done. It's actually a little bit down, but you can just define items center. Okay, so after then we will make all of these stuff, and the form design is depends on you, but for me, let me do it first. So here the first div, so this is the first div. We can just simply make changes. Firstly we'll create another div. let me what's actually there. We have a text here. We'll have to make this text. So that's why we'll take a div, and inside this div we'll have a h1. So this h1 will be, you cannot change the text, and here the classes will be, there are some css, so we'll apply the css here. I'm just copy paste this because we don't have the text to style it appropriately, so I just copy it. So right now we can see the gmail text. After then we'll take a new div. Inside this div we'll have the same thing that we here. We'll have the same thing. We'll apply some css that would be, that is read. Then we'll have a gap of 3. Then we'll have a grid calls true, same style that is applied here. Okay, so after inside this actually we'll have a div, and this div will have a class name of mb6. Then we will have a label, so we'll have a label, and that would be instructor name. This is instructor name. You can see here this is instructor name, and here it will take a input field, so that's why let me take a input field, and this will be an input field. And here the main thing is that we will apply a value. This value will be username. We'll just get the value from the current users and dot name. So if you do this, then you can see the instructor name is by default taken. If you just remove this, you can just do this type of thing, then you can see the value is empty. We'll have to let me just remove this. If you just do it, then it will be blank. So right now, so it should be blank. Wait, so it's actually blank and you can type it. But if you want to just make it editable, then you have to define it default value. So if you make it default value, then right now you can actually let me remove this disable tag. Okay, now you can see, you can just select it, but if you want to editable, then you have to remove this one also. So right now, then you can see here you can enable any of this name. Maybe this is Mamun. Okay, so you can able to edit, but I don't do that. I keep it the same thing. It will be value read only disable. So this is the designing. After this designing, look here, we need the instructor email, and we will do it a little fast actually. So for this I'm just copy pasting. I hope you understand the fundamental. You will have to close this div. After this div we'll have another div that with a margin 6, and here will be label and a input field, and we will define the value will be current users email. Okay, so if you do this, now this two field is done. Then the next task is we will have available seats and pricing. Okay, so for this it's the same styling. we'll have a we'll have a div with grid, a gap, and grid calls true, something like this. So what we will do, we can just let me check it how the styling is there. So here we'll have a two field actually. So let me define it. So this is the main div. Where is the main div? So this is the main div. After this div actually we'll take a div, and here we'll have to apply the same classes. Let me apply the same classes. After this div we will have a div with some css. The css will be the above css margin mb6, so that would be mb6. After this, inside here we'll have a label with available seats, so this is the label of available seats, and here we'll have an input field. So after this label we need a input field. The input field will be something like this. Let me format it here. Input type number required and placeholder something like this. Okay, and this is number of available seats, so this field is done. Then we need to design the price field, and this will be the same text. We will simply do it. We'll have to make this. Actually, look, we have make a div, then a label, then input field. So it's a repetitive task. I hope you understand. So these two tasks is done. Then we'll have this thing. We'll have a YouTube link. So this will be course preview. So that's why we'll close this. Then what you can do, you will have to make it a full width. So we'll define this. Look here, we'll have a label, then we'll have a paragraph tag, then we'll have an input field, and this is required, this is text, and here name is video link. So if you do this, then you can see this is done. After then the final one is description. So this is the same way. We'll have to take a div and label and a text area. So let me close this div. After this div, we'll have a div. Let me format this. Look, we'll have a div, then a label and a text area. So nothing else actually. So right now this is done, and finally we'll need a button. So for this button, actually what we'll do, we'll close this div, and then we'll take a div, then button, and inside this button we'll define add. Okay, add courses, something like this. Add course, or you can name it add new course. Okay, so if you do this, the design is complete. Now we'll have to implement the functionality. So for this, actually what we can do it, for the functionality, actually at first we'll have to make a on submit. So we'll go to the from here, we'll have to define on submit, and we'll define handle submit text here. So that would be handle submit text. Here it will be handle submit, and then what you can just do it, you can just define another text. So that would be const handle submit. It will receive a event, and then at the beginning we'll have to do event dot prevent default. So event dot prevent, so that would be event dot prevent default. After then we'll have to capture all of this data. So data will be, at first we'll capture the from data, const from data, that would be new from data. So if I'm from data, and here we'll define event dot target. Okay, so now if you want to just console log this, let me see lg from data, what we're getting from here. Okay, let me check. If we inspect it, then here let me refresh it, check the console. Here is a warning, changed control, this likely value of control components. We're getting an error. For the error, actually it is on number 23 number line. Maybe here is where we'll have a form, then we'll have a div. What's the error is actually talking about? A warning. It's actually a warning, component is changing, uncontrolled input control likely caused by value changing is undefined, or a to a defined value should be not happened. Decide whether it's control uncontrolled. Okay. Okay, here is the we use a one change here. You can see we use a one change here, handle image change, and it's actually not control. We'll have to fix it a little bit later. So how you can just do it? Okay, let me just do it. It's a very simple way. We'll have to define const file, and here we'll define e dot target dot files, and here that would be index number 0, and then we'll have to define set image and we'll send it to file. Okay, that is the thing. And after then we can just define if loading, if is loading, then is loading, then we can just return a div. So this div will be loading, something like this. Okay, so let me check, refresh. Okay, the error has gone. So the error is actually for this actually happening. I hope you understand. So right now let me submit this form. Here I am just defining course 1, then let me upload a image. So this is the image, then available seats 50, price will be hundreds. Then okay, let me keep it a YouTube link, then description. Okay, something like this, and let me click this button. So if you click here, then you can see a form data is there. So if you have a form data, then next what you have to do here, after this form data, we can just do a little text. What we will do, we'll have to define const new data, and this data will be object dot form entries, and here this entries will pass this from data. And then what we will have to do, let me check it, console log the from new data. Okay, here clear, submit it, then you can see all the information we are getting here. State of the image, so image has some values here. You can see last modified date, last MERN stack image name, and but the image is not actually properly there. So what you can do here, we'll have to insert the images by a new way. What you will do, you will have to define something like this, from data dot append, and here we'll have to define, what will define a file, and that would be a file, and then we'll have to define a image. Okay, so I hope you understand how it's going. Okay, fine. So let me comment out. After then what you will have to do here, we'll have to implements our functionality. We will have to use API. So for this actually we will use image bb. You can just search image bb, then you will find this. You can use cloudinary, it's depend on you which method you will use. You will have to sign up a accounts, or you have to create an account. Let me log in. So let me, I'm just login to accounts. Let me giving to login. Okay, okay, here you can see I have already uploaded lots of images there. Okay, but where we will go, we'll go to the abouts, then we'll click this API. So here you can see we have already created an API. If you want to create a new API, you will have to click this add, and right now you can see a new API is created. We need this API key. Okay, so where we'll keep it, we will have to maintain it on .env.local. Here what we will do, we'll have to implement it by this way. We'll have byte underscore img underscore token, something like this. Here we can just simply pass this token. Okay, so right now we can access this token by this way. At the top here we can just define const key equal. Here we'll have import dot meta dot env dot the token name. So that would be the token name. So this is the token name. So if you have this, now you have to create a API key. So the API image will be something like this. We'll have this type of API. We will copy this, and then here at the top we can just define const URL. You can make it something like this: API underscore URL, and here we'll have a template string. We'll pass this slash API, then upload one, and you can use some queries. So if you check here, you will find something like this. You will have upload, then expiration key or API key. You can directly copy this. Actually, you can directly copy this API key, copy this API key. Here we don't need expiration, so that's why we'll remove this one. We'll remove this actually, because we don't want the image will expire. So that's why here something like this API key, and instead of your client key, here we have to upload our key. So that would be $sign. We will pass the key, and maybe we can keep it capitalized. Okay, so we'll pass it here, and finally we can add some extras. So that would be, if you want to apply name, then you will have a field to do that. So you can additionally include a name here. So if you want to add additionally, you have to use a quotient, sorry, a ampersand, and then a name. Then this name will be equal, okay, something like this. So you can actually do this if you want. I hope you understand how it's going on. Let me format this code. So if you have, then what you have to do here, after this, actually after this, we can just make a toast, or you can just simply fetch it. We'll have to call fetch, then we'll have a API key. We'll have to define the API key, API underscore URL. Then we will have a parenthesis. Inside this parenthesis we'll have a method. The method will be post method, and then the body data will be from data. Okay, after then we'll have a then. If no there is, then we will check the response. Then we will have a, we'll have to convert it response dot json. Okay, after then we'll have another then. Here we will have data, and we'll get this data something like this. Okay, this data, at first we can simply console log it. So that would be data. Okay, so let's check it, what is going here. uh Fine, let me add course 1. Let me add a image, maybe this image, then available seat, price, then image URL, about. Okay, let me hit this. Then you can see a success status. So that means actually you can see delete URL, display URL, this is height of the image, ID, this image, medium, then you can see title. Why it's actually presenting the first one. Okay, it's actually a thumbnail URL, and this is the title of the image, and then a status code. So you are getting some data here. So this data is from the number line number 25. So this is the thing. So if you have this, then what you can do? So after this, you will define a if condition. Here you will have defined data dot success. So here you can see you will have a status of success status, and then you will define that is equal true. Then you can do something. So here what you can do, at first you can just console log the URL. You can just console log this image URL, display URL. So how you can do it, you can just define console log. Here that would be data dot, and this data is getting from data, so double data. So data dot display URL. So if you do this, let me try again. If you hit here, so excuse error, maybe. Okay, you are getting the actually the image is here, though the user is not available, so that's why it's actually showing. Let me just try again. Course 1, this is another image, so maybe this image, available seat, price, URL, about course. Okay, hit this add new course. Wait, there is a URL from the number line 7th. So this is 17th number line, and you are getting the URL. Okay, so after this, what you can do, you can just define new data dot img image, and that is equally data dot display image display URL actually. So we will do some, we'll create actually from data, we'll define other things. So new data dot structure name. So that would be structure name, and this structure name will be current user dot name. Then we will have new data dot structure email. So that would be structure email, and that would be current user structure email. Then new data dot status. So this status is the status that is given here. We'll have a status, and the status will be firstly pending. When the course is uploading, we'll define its pending. Then we will have a date format. So new data dot submitted equal to new date. Okay, and finally we'll have a new data dot total enrolled. So that would be total enrolled equals 0 by default. Then here we'll call, when everything is fine, here we'll call execute secure dot post method. Then we'll have to define a URL. So the URL will be, let me check it on backend. So the URL will be here. If you just go back to the courses, so here you can see when you have to upload new course, you will have to define this route. So we'll call this new class or new course, then we'll have to paste it here, and then additionally we'll pass the new data. So new data something like this. Then we'll have a dot then block, then we'll have a response. We can simply define console log and a alert, okay, something like this. If the course is posted, then you will have this thing. Okay, so if you have this, okay, let me try again. I will start from the beginning. Let me refresh everything. Okay, go to add classes. Now I will upload a real course. So the yoga master real course. Then I will upload a new image. So from here, let me go to unsplash, and here let me download a image, yoga image. I'm just probably showing the exact image. So let me download any of this image, or which image we can just do. Let me choose landscape image. Okay, which image we can choose? Okay, can we save this image? Okay, this is actually not properly showing. Okay, let me choose this image. Okay, I just download this, and here real yoga course. Okay, I just rename it. Then we'll just upload this image. Oh, it's actually not uploading. It's downloading. Wait until it's complete. My internet is very slow. I look how much taking time it's. Okay, now try to add. So this is the image. I'm just adding it here. Available seats may be 20 and the price will be 75 p a. And here the YouTube URL, and we'll define yoga master. This is a simple course about. Okay, now everything is fine. What if we just click here, add a new course? Will we get a error or not? I can't know it. Is it working? I'm not getting a response. Wow, this is successful. So this is successful. Okay, if this is successful, let me hit OK. And now you can just see acknowledge true. That means it's actually successful. So if you have, then if you go to dashboard, then go to the classes. Then if you go to at the end, you will find a new course is uploaded, and the information is something like this. We'll have all of this stuff. We'll have yoga master real course. This is the image URL. Let's paste it. If the image is uploaded successfully, if you copy this and if you paste it on the here, let me check it. The image is perfectly uploaded. Then we'll have prices. $75 available ship 20 video description, video link, video this is description, instructor name, instructor email, the status is pending, the submitted date, total enrolled. Okay, everything is available. So that means we can say that the course is there. So if this course is there, but if you go back actually on the website and check these courses, here you cannot find. Why actually you cannot find? The look here, the differences. You will have a status code, you must have to approved. If the status is approved, then only shown on this page, on this course page, otherwise it's actually not shown that. So that's why the thing is that when the course is approved, then it will show. So admin must be approved it first, then it will actually shown there. Okay, otherwise it cannot show there. Okay, I hope you understand this, why it's actually not showing. Then what we will do, we'll have to design this page actually. When you have we have to design this my courses page. So here we'll have to design this page, my courses, and let me how it's going to show. I'm just waiting and refreshing so that I can show. Maybe the token is expired, so that's why it's actually not properly showing. The token will actually expire after 1 hours. Okay, click this my classes. Yeah, so we'll design something like this. We'll have this type of thing on this page. Actually we will go to dashboard, then when you click this my classes, actually this add class, and my classes will show the approved class and the others classes. So we have to make this outline this route first. So we are just closing everything, and now here we'll have to create a new path. So that would be path, and then this path will be this path. After then we'll have a element, so this element will be my classes, and that would be my classes. Let me create a new file here. So my classes .js6 rfce, and let me import it here, my classes. So right now it will be shown there. So this is my classes, add classes, my classes, and we'll have to design this. So for this design, actually we'll design this page, and let's design. So my classes will have the functionality. I will copy the styling. I'm sorry for that, I have to copy the styling because I don't have much time to spend it actually to show you how the style is going there. Okay, so that's why I'm sorry again. So here at first we can just define a new div, and then what we will do, we'll define class name. So that would be my maybe 9, and inside here actually we'll have a h1 tag, and we'll define classes, or we can just define my classes. So here we can simply define my classes, and we'll target some class name here. So that would be something like this. We'll have text for Excel, then font bold and text center. So if you now visit here, you can see my classes, and this is the text. So after doing this text, we will have to define another text. So this is the text. So for this text, actually let me copy it, and then after this h1 tag we'll have another div. Inside this div we will have a p tag, and we can apply these classes there, and that would be a class name with text 12 pixels, something like this, and that would be text center position. Okay, let me capture this. Yeah, that is fine. And then we have some margin, so that will be my2. Okay, let me refine. This is okay. After then we will have to make this type of card. For this, actually, after having this div, we will just make another div, and inside this div we will have the thing here inside this. Okay, so for this, at first we will have to fetch information. So to fetch information, what you have to do, you have to define a use state hook. So that would be const, and then here use a state, that would be a array of objects, and here we'll have classes, set classes, and after then we'll have the current user, so that would be use user hook. Okay, then we'll destructure current user, and we can also destructure use is loading or something like this. We can just is loading. Okay, fine. After then we'll have a const navigate, that would be use navigate hook from React router DOM. And finally, what you have to do, we'll have to define execute secure. Okay, that would be use execute secure. So that is the thing. After having this, we will have a use effect hook. So use effect hook, this hook will have receive a empty dependency, and here a anonymous function. This will be a arrow function, and inside here we'll call execute secure dot get method, and then we'll have a URL here. What URL will keep it here? If you check index.js here, look, we will have a class out, so that is slash classes then email. So we need this route. Actually, we will copy it and keep it here. So instead of this email, we will have a parent dollar sign parenthesis, we will have current user then email. Okay, then we'll have a then block, we'll convert it to response, then arrow, and then we'll set this to set classes, that would be res.data. Okay, and finally, if any error happen, then that would be a catch block. Then we'll check if error happen, then we will just console log clg error. Okay, so that is the thing. And after having this, here we can just check it, it's on loading. Okay, so if you have this, then you can just simply show it. We will destructure classes, or so let me define curly braces, then classes dot map, and we can just define classes dot length first. Then we will check if it's equal 0, then we will do conditional, and here we will have define a new div, and finally we will have a optional div. If this condition is true, then it will just show maybe you don't have any class yet, and we can define some class name. So the class name will be maybe these classes. And finally, if this is happen, then what we can do, we can just make the card. So this card will be something like this. Let me take a new div. So here in this div, actually, we will have another div, and then what we can do, at first let me take another div and let me show image, and here the image src will be see. Okay, we didn't actually map it, we have to map it. So inside this div, actually, I'm sorry if I forget to map it, we'll have classes we'll have curly braces, then classes dot map function. Then we will have two things. We will have a CLS, that means classes and index number. After then we'll have a arrow. Then actually we'll take a div here. Okay. So we can actually take it inside a curly braces, paste it there, and here we'll have a key props. The key props will be index, and then inside this div actually we'll have another div. Then we'll have a div, then we'll have a img, and this img will be something like this. Here would be a cls dot image. Okay, let me check if the image is showing. Here you see the images. So if you have the images, you can also show others thing. You can see, you can just show the title of the course. So here, to do that, we can apply some css here on this image. The css will be this type of css: class name, max height 200 and max width 300. So if you do this, then you can see that it's now smaller. After then we'll have another div. So let me define another div. Here we'll define class will be w full. Okay, and then we will need to define a class name. So that would be h1, or you can just define it h2, and that would be class name. And if you do this, then you can see yoga master real course. So using this username, using this gmail id, we just define a single thing. So that's why this is the one. And after then what we can do, we can actually design after these. Actually after this h2, we can just define a new div, and here we'll have another div. Inside this div we will have some information. So I'm just copying the design and let me paste it here. If you do this, then you can see here's the information is showing. The status is pending right now. So if you show this information, then you can also show others information. Let me close this div, and after this div let me paste it here, format this code. And after showing it here, moment is not added. We can remove the moments. Where is the moments? Actually let me, here we have to import moments. So let me import the moments. So how we can do that? You have to define import moments. So at the top I'm just importing moment here. So if you do this right now, we can see we will have all of these things. So now the styling is the task. I hope you can just design the styling. But here what if I would like to show you. So for this actually you will have to style where actually in this div we can apply this type of classes. After them we'll define some other classes here on this div. So let me define. Okay, so if you do this right now, you can see the styling. Okay, so this is the first one. If you have two others, then you can just do this. Here you can also apply css. So for this actually um you can just change this styling, but I think I'm just okay with that, and I hope you can do that by your own. So let me do this. Let me just replace the styling. Sorry. Here we'll close this and I replace the styling. I hope if you understand the functionality, you can sure you can able to show it. So after this div, actually we'll replace this div. So if you do this now, you can see the styling is this styling, and I hope you can just simply style this. Okay, the styling is fine right now, and you can do this. The status is now painting. Okay, so let's do again. Let me try to add a new course. Enhance your daily life. I'm just uploading a new course, and for this actually this is for testing. Let me go to Unsplash and take a uh, yoga or workout girl. Okay, I need to download an image, so maybe if we can choose any of these images. So let me choose these on. I'm just downloading this. Here we are just name it workout girl. Okay, so this is enhance your by workout. Okay, 2025, and here we will have to choose the image. I'm just choosing this image. We'll define available set 50, then price will be on 50, then video link, and here I'm just keeping an advanced workout strategy for 2025, and let me hit this button. I just click it. It's actually loading. Wait until it's completed. Is there any error? Okay, it's actually successful. And when successful, you can see the change the colors. So if you have that, let's back to my classes, and now you can see we'll have two classes, that is painting. So when the admin will approve, this class will be approved, and you can see that. You can also check it on this database. Where is the classes? This is classes, and if you refresh this page actually, then if you go scroll a little bit, there you can see enhanced your daily life by workout 2025, and here this is email users, status painting, price, and other stuff is showing here. Okay, I hope you understand this. Then you will have painting course. So here what you do, you can show your painting courses by this way. You have to create a painting route, painting course.jsx RAFCE, and here we'll have to define a route. This route will be path will be painting, my painting, and here we'll have a elements, and we will define my painting courses, actually painting courses. So right now if you check here, you can see this is painting courses. You can just define some margin here, my maybe 10 or something like this. Okay, so this page is available now. Approved classes, you can also create the same way. When you click here, you will find a path. You will have to define a same route here. Path will be this path, and then we'll have to make an element. This element will be here. We'll create a new file, so that would be my approved course.jsx rfce, and here that would be class name my10, and let me import it, approved courses, and show it here. So if you do this right now, here you can see the navigational working. When you click home page, this home screen will be appear. Then if you click add courses, this will be add courses. Then if you click this on, no classes is yet available, but after a few seconds it will be available, because it's actually fetching data from the backend, so that's why it's taking some time. Okay, after then the pending courses, you can design your page, and you can design also the approved pages. Okay, so I hope you understand this. This is actually the structure dashboard. And finally, in the next video, we'll design the admin dashboard, where we will have all the statics, how many users are there, how many codes are approved, and how many codes is being to be reviewed, and all the stuff we will make on the admin dashboard. Okay.